Applying a futurist lens to people development abstract. This article explores the critical intersection of futurism and talent development as organizations navigate unprecedented uncertainty. Drawing from a decade of cross-industry consulting experience, the author examines how forward-thinking leaders can prepare their workforces for an unpredictable future through systematic approaches, understanding macro forces reshaping work, cultivating continuous learning orientations, developing transferable meta skills, modeling change adaptive leadership, and implementing iterative improvement processes. The author highlights exemplary practices from organizations like Anthropic, Dow Chemical, and Singapore-based companies that foster experimental mindsets, psychological safety, and adaptive capabilities. By maintaining both an external scanning lens for emerging trends and an internal focus on developing versatile talent with growth mindsets. The article argues that organizations can transform uncertainty from a threat into a strategic advantage, positioning their people to thrive amid constant reinvention. As a leadership consultant and researcher, I have been fascinated by how organizations can prepare for an uncertain future by developing their people. Over the past decade of working with clients across multiple industries, I have seen how a futurist lens can bring fresh insight to strategic people development efforts. Today we will explore ways to apply a futurist perspective and discuss practical ways leaders can foster adaptability within their workforce to thrive amid changing conditions. Understanding forces of change. The first step in envisioning how people development may need to evolve is gaining clarity on the forces reshaping our world. As numerous studies have highlighted, megatrends such as rapid technological advancement, demographic shifts, climate change impacts, and globalization are fundamentally transforming the nature of work. Morioni, 2019. With work itself in flux, the skills and mindsets required to perform jobs are likewise in transition. World Economic Forum, 2020. To better position their talent for an uncertain future, leaders must take time to understand these macro forces of change and their specific implications for their industry and functions. Scenario planning exercises that bring together diverse internal and external perspectives can help sense-make about plausible futures. Schwartz, 1996. From there, organizations can identify which workforce capabilities may become more or less relevant and where new needs may emerge. Regular reviews of these scenarios against actual trends will also allow for course corrections in people strategies. Fostering a learning orientation rather than assuming stability. Leaders must instill in their workforce an orientation to ongoing learning and adaptation. As the futurist Alvin Toffler forewarned, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Toffler, 1970. Forward-thinking companies are developing talent management processes, training programs, and career experiences focused not just on imparting specific competencies but on cultivating a growth mindset. For example, at Anthropic, an AI safety startup, employees go through an adaptive learning curriculum that teaches how to continually update one's mental models based on new information. Anthropic, 2022. Similarly, many organizations are emphasizing continuous feedback mechanisms and opportunities for lateral moves between functions to spur cross-skilling. Ondrak, 2019. Leaders must role model and reward experimentation and curiosity over narrow specialization. Performance management should assess an employee's adaptation abilities, not just past achievements. Overall, an adaptive learning culture will help the workforce keep pace with unpredictable changes, building workforces of the future to equip their people for as yet unknown jobs. Businesses are pursuing innovative strategies like directly cultivating meta skills, as highlighted in one Boston Consulting Group report. Firms need talent able to comfortably navigate unfamiliar domains, solve complex problems, exhibit emotional intelligence, Think critically and creatively, collaborate effectively, and stay motivated through uncertainty. BCG, 2020. Some standout companies developing these transferable capacities include Anthropic through their emphasis on rationality training, Dow Chemical leveraging design thinking ferments across functions, and Singapore-based Grab instilling an experimental mindset company-wide. Chang, 2021. Technology can also augment human skills. Algorithmic reasoning tutors at Anthropic boost hypothesis formulation, while artificial intelligence platforms like Claude automate routine expert tasks so employees gain bandwidth for higher value work. Anthropic, 2022. Overall, an intense focus on cultivating versatile, future-proof talent sets organizations up well for unknown possibilities. Leadership that navigates change. No future workforce strategy succeeds without inspirational leaders able to guide adaptation journeys. Beyond articulating a compelling vision, change-adept leaders demonstrate experimental behaviors, build psychologically safe cultures, and manage transitions sensitively. Van Velser et al. 2020. Early adopter organizations hire for diverse perspectives and give platform to more alternative voices. For example, Dow facilitates a future-making mindset through hands-on innovation labs, with inclusive cross-functional teams testing creative hypotheses. At Singapore-based C Group, founder Forrest Lee champions an experimental culture where failure represents progress as much as success in pursuing new opportunities. Studies also show transformational leaders who empower others to initiate positive disruption are best equipped to navigate emerging challenges and grasp incoming opportunities. Anderson and Son, 2017. In times of persistent uncertainty, emotionally intelligent, future-oriented leadership will prove invaluable for guiding strategic workforce evolution. Continuous improvement in action. To conclude, a futurist orientation to talent practices requires constant iteration across discovery, design, delivery, and improvement. Leaders must maintain an outward lens scanning for shifts while simultaneously running experiments internally. Several promising approaches are emerging. Skill pattern analysis, mapping employee skills to plausible futures helps identify growth areas and align learning programs. O*net. Career one-stop. Future-proof jobs, designating several roles each quarter as future-proof pilot, positions tests evolving blended human-machine workflows in action. WEF. NRF. Futures labs, small cross-functional teams investigate, over the horizon, workforce issues through scenario modeling, interviews and rapid prototyping of solutions. Nokia. Continuous feedback, pulsing employee perspectives through pulse surveys and futurecasting workshops fosters adaptability mindsets. Anthropic. Overall, through a living, learning approach centered on preparing versatile talent for changing conditions ahead, businesses can stay resilient amid constant reinvention. While no one can foresee exactly what the future holds, a diligent focus on nurturing adaptability keeps an organization and its people prepared to thrive. Conclusion. In an era reshaped by relentless technological disruption and unexpected global events, developing workforces with inherent flexibility represents a strategic advantage. By maintaining a constant external futurist lens scanning for approaching shifts and an internal focus on experimentation, businesses can cultivate ever-adaptable talent poised for whatever possibilities emerge. Though uncertainty remains our constant companion, an intentional emphasis on fostering learning agility, transferable metaskills and inspirational future-focused leadership helps organizations and their people navigate incoming change with confidence. Looking ahead, an evolving futurist approach to people strategies will remain crucial for sustainable success in uncertain times.